Local reporter pinpoints insane WNBA draft details as Indiana Fever puts huge stake on Dawn Staley's Pupil. We all know that the Indiana Fever are trailblazers. From the front office to their star player Caitlin Clark, they are looking to change the game as we know it. Last night's WNBA draft proved that Krauskopf and Amber Cox are ready to subvert expectations and do something different for a change. With 3 picks in total and none in the first round, fans didn't know what exactly to expect. All of the spotlight was on players like Paige Bueckers, Kiki Iriafen, and Sonia Citron, but the Fever stayed true to their planning. Watch what's trending now. The thing is, with Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston at the core of the Fever's run-and-gun offense, they needed some defense and some shooting. Stephanie White's system is to score quickly and run the floor, and that has been their entire purpose for this off-season. However, they ended up making a decision that created history and drove some debate amongst fans. After picking Aliyah Timpson as the 7th pick in the second round of the WNBA draft, Fever fans thought that Lucy Olsen would be next up. It would make sense. Iowa's gritty point guard who took the reins after CC left, joining her senior in the pros. Not something so surprising, is it? However, the Indiana front office went against the grain with the 8th pick. Worst pick, Caitlin Clark's newest teammate falls victim after Indiana's front office decision disappoints Fever community. By selecting Bree Hall from South Carolina, Krauskopf and Amber Cox ended up making history, but might have taken a huge gamble. Jim Dabolt, a regional reporter from Ohio, pointed out how there were 3 players drafted from the Greater Western Ohio Conference in this year's draft. Bree Hall went to the Fever, Maddie Westbeld went to the Sky, and Jordan Hobbs went to the Storm. However, Hall's selection caused Indiana fans to raise a few questions. There's no doubt that Hall is great at what she does. The Gamecocks alum can certainly shoot the rock. She averaged about 6 points a game last season, shooting roughly 38% from 3. But her role is quite limited compared to what someone like Lucy Olsen, who averaged around an impressive 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game for Iowa. It will be interesting to find out whether this gamble will pay off, or whether it will fall flat on its face. But how did the rest of the draft go for Indiana Fever? Let's find out. Ever since Caitlin Clark was drafted, things have been looking up for the Indiana Fever. The organization rid itself of 7-year playoff drought in the Iowa alums' very first season, and for a brief moment of time, they looked like they could actually contend for a championship. However, their moment of success last year did hurt their 2025 draft stock. For the first time in ages, the Fever did not have a top pick in the draft. Considering that their backcourt is quite solid, Indiana focused primarily on drafting size and defense through Timpson and Ejim. The only guard that they signed, Bree Hall, might only have a limited role. However, according to some analysts, they might have already gotten what they needed in the offseason. ESPN's Rebecca Lobo talked about how the WNBA draft has changed over the last few years. Teams that have an opportunity to win a championship do their work in free agency, and then teams that are looking to build do their work through the draft. And after signing Duwana Bonner and Nedisha Howard, we can safely say that the Fever is looking to win. Even so, the prospects that they've acquired are quite nice. Hall can really shoot, and the 2 bigs might solve a huge defensive problem that Caitlin Clark's team has suffered through. It will be interesting to see how the season pans out with such a new and improved roster.